Welcome back to Working Towards Our Purpose. Today, I have episode 75 for you, and we're going to talk about slowing down. And before we get into that, we're going to take a moment to check in with ourselves and see where we're at today, see how we're feeling, check in with our bodies. For me, I'm feeling good. And I know that's the most overused word to respond to how you're doing. But I think I actually mean it today. And I want to try to get better at not just defaulting to that. But yeah, I'm feeling good today. I did some difficult things yesterday for me, and they sort of brought up a lot of like critical feelings, a lot of like not good enough feelings. But I was able to sort of push through it and finish the task. All right. So I was having my friend record my vocals, which I've never had done before, and it was extremely difficult for me. But he was very kind and being patient with me and walking through it and slowly sort of noticed progress. And like, yeah, it was helpful. Like it was, I've always just recorded stuff by myself, music wise. So it's like good. It feels good to involve other people and to get feedback and to like see where you can do better. And, but that being said, like just actually singing in front of somebody over and over again was really hard. But now today I'm feeling grateful for it and feeling like I did something that was difficult and I got through it. And like, I never sort of thought that I would be at that point. And I know it's not like that big of a deal, but for me it is, because like I never sang in front of people, never used my voice like that in front of other people. I always did it. Like I always felt like I had to hide it. So yesterday I didn't, and I feel grateful for that, but it was hard. But today I'm feeling like good because I did that thing that was hard. So long answer, but I thought I'd share that feeling. Cause yeah, I am feeling grateful for it. So yeah, all that being said, hopefully you're doing, or hopefully you got a chance to check in with yourself today and see where you're at. But let's get into today's episode. It's about slowing down. And I think I wanted to talk about slowing down because it's like the season that we're in. Like, the clocks have been turned back. I don't really know how long ago we did that. But definitely noticing the shorter days, definitely feeling like I'm, sleeping in a little bit more than I normally do. It's getting dark so early. And a lot of times that could be something like you can complain about, and I've done that too. But I think today I want to talk about like noticing the shortness of the seasons and like moving with it instead of like moving with it instead of like against it. So yeah, days are getting shorter. There's holidays. Like, this time of year just seems to like have a different pace and a different timing. Like, because there's like holidays and like things like obligatory things that you have to do. I feel like the month goes, like December always just flies by. And like before you know, it's like New Year. And for me, like, we just did an episode on like feeling like you're running out of time. And usually like that happens for me at this time of year. Like I'm always thinking like, oh no, I have all these things that I want to finish before the end of the year, but I don't have enough time for them. So I was feeling that. And then I was reminded of like slowing down, and the seasons, like I said, change, and they're meant for different things. And I think like when I was doing work in farmers markets, I met farmers, and I, talked to a lot of farmers and noticed that like farmers around this time of year slow down, and there's, it's cold out. There's less things to put in the ground. There's less work to be doing. You prepare for the winter. And it's sort of like when I first sort of learned that like that's how they are living their lives, to me, coming from like somebody who was in corporate for a long time, that was like so new to me. And I was like, whoa, that makes so much sense to slow down this time of year. Because like, days are shorter. You're feeling like maybe lower energies. It makes sense to like kind of go a little bit more easy than you do during the summertime. And I don't know, I just really liked that idea of like following the seasons and not being expected to have like the same output that you do in the summer months when you have more energy and there's longer days and, more things going on. So I really liked the idea of like sort of slowing down in the winter. And recently I've been, like I said, sort of stressing myself out about like getting all these things done before the end of the year. And then I sort of remembered this slowing down and I was like, oh yeah, I need to slow down this time of year. I can't expect the same output that I did in previous months. And that's okay. Like that's so hard to accept for me because I'm always like trying to like, do more. And I think, we all are, maybe we can all resonate with that, of trying to have like lots of output. It's the culture that we live in, but to think about like slowing down and not having to do everything. So yeah, I was getting to, December and I had these 2 projects that I wanted to finish before the end of the year. And one of them I've done a lot of work on and I'm in the editing phase and like I'm getting close to being done with it and I feel good about it. And the other thing I hadn't started yet. And I was like putting more and more pressure on myself to like do this second project and I hadn't even really started it yet. It was just kind of in my head. And then I like sort of realized that my like reality and expectations weren't aligning. And I was like, realistically, you're not going to be able to finish this thing the way that you want to have it finished. So why don't you just extend the deadline? Like you don't have to get it done for the 31st. You can get it done in January. You can get it done in February. It doesn't matter. So then I removed that expectation for that project. And I was like, okay, I'm not finishing this project before the end of the year. And that made me feel a lot better. It made me feel like I wasn't running out of time. It made me feel like I could accomplish the things that I wanted to in the month of December. And then also gradually slow down and take a little bit of time off at the end of the month, like I planned on doing. So that was really helpful to like remove that project from me. And then I think the funniest thing was that as soon as I decided that, I actually worked on the project and like got some planning of it done. So it was like this thing that was hindering me from getting it done because I was so afraid that I wasn't going to finish it before the end of the year. So once I was able to like let go of that pressure and be like, okay, there's no deadline on this now. It could be January. Then I was able to like make progress on it and like feel like I was working on it in a way that felt like good. Like I don't know, like I came up with some stuff that I hadn't thought about and had a really good like brainstorming session with myself. So yeah, just sort of, realizing that like my reality wasn't matching my expectation. So yeah, I sort of just want this episode to be a reminder to slow down and like, almost a, what's the word? An acceptance? No. Just like allowing yourself, whatever that word is, allow yourself to do something. Permission. There you go. The permission to slow down this time of year. And I say this, outwardly, but I'm also saying it to myself because I'm trying to remember it myself that it's okay to slow down. And, oftentimes when you do slow down, you can even get more done. You can have like higher moments of clarity and yeah, I don't know. We don't need to work as much. And just thinking about that and being gentle with yourself, like being more gentle with yourself this time of year. Holidays come up, it brings lots of other things and emotions and people and conflicts and that sort of thing up. So reminding yourself to be gentle with yourself this time of year, slowing down and working a little bit differently is okay. And I think natural to do that and to sort of flow with the seasons and yeah, listening to your body too. Like sometimes there's been a few times where like my body's just been tired and like I'll go to bed earlier than I normally do. And to try to just listen to like what I need. And that's been helpful. So yeah, I think that's kind of all I wanted to say on this topic. I won't keep droning on about it, but just a reminder to slow down and enjoy the rest of the year. And I said earlier that I wanted to take 2 weeks off at the end of this month, because I think it's also helpful to like think about what you did and give yourself time to look back on the year and think about like how you want to move forward. So I think that's helpful too. And we'll have some more episodes on the like end of year type stuff. I sort of planned out the rest of my episodes for this year, which I don't normally do, but I have some like topics that I want to hit before the end of the year. And then I'm going to stop, if all goes well, this, I guess, subject to change, but if all goes well, the next 5 episodes, or I guess it's 4 episodes now. Yeah. Wow. The next 4 episodes are planned out and going to bring me to episode 80. And then I'm going to take a break at episode 80 and then come back in the new year. But these next couple episodes are going to all kind of be talking about like end of year type stuff. And yeah, excited about them. But more to come. So yeah, thank you for listening. I appreciate you as always. And I will see you on another episode real soon. Thank you.